Hello everyone. So sorry I haven't posted in like a few days since I had a busy week. So pretty much let's get on with this new series I'm doing. So as a small child, I grew up with a lot of shows like Bob the Builder, Thomas the Tank Engine, Chuggington, and etc. So today we're going to be looking back on one of my favorite shows from my young childhood, Max and Ruby. Which if you didn't know, Max and Ruby was a show about these two bunnies, Max and Ruby, where Max was a young rabbit who didn't speak a lot and occasionally wore uh, overalls and played with his toys, and didn't speak a lot. He was really quiet, so he would say like one word like this: fire truck or outside. But he would say other words too. And then Ruby was Max's older brother, who would usually take care of Max, and sometimes Ruby is just not not that good to Max. Sometimes like a bit selfish, but it's still a pretty good show. And since me being the youngest child in my family, I can sort of relate to Max. So the show was created by Nickelodeon, and the first episode aired around 2004, which pretty much, here's the plot of the first episode. Ruby was practicing playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, I think. Yeah, it was that. And she was trying to practice it, but Max kept bugging her about stuff like that he couldn't find his toy fire truck. And eventually, when Ruby presses one piano key, it plays like the fire truck, like the toy fire truck sirens, and they look inside of the piano, and there's Max's toy fire truck. So I do remember that episode. In fact, I remember watching a lot of episodes, and currently out of just boredom, I bought two Max and Ruby DVDs to just relive my childhood. And another episode I remember fondly is Max's bath, where pretty much in the episode, Max is eating, it's not really like custard, it's sort of like ice cream, where he eats it's called sherbet, and he eats some sherbet and gets all messy, gets his overalls all like messy, so he has to go take a bath. But he keeps refusing to take a bath and keeps getting dirtier and dirtier. So then eventually he decides to take a bath. And I do remember watching that episode. It was a pretty good one. So this show was pretty good, Max and Ruby. And fun fact, I actually have two rabbits named Max and Ruby. Or Max, you've seen him before. And I named him that because I really like the show as a kid, and I really like rabbits. So then, about a year later, this year, so I got Max about a year ago, last October, like in the fall of 2020, I got Max, and he was a pretty nice bunny. And then this year, in it was not really the spring, but not really summer. It was sort of in between. It was like September, I think or like early October, we got Ruby, which Ruby is a white rabbit with black polka dots and spots all over her. And they're both pretty good rabbits. And Ruby is Max's cousin. So that's pretty cool. And so I was really fond of this show, and if you've never heard of it, you should look it up and you should watch a couple of episodes, because it is a good show. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But I'd say this was a very good show for me. I'd give it, I feel like I'd give it a 10 out of 10. This is really great. This was a really great show. So, my final thoughts on it: 10 out of 10. It's pretty good. The writing and most of the plots of the episodes are pretty good. A lot of the episodes have very great writing, and Max and Ruby get a lot of character development, and some minor characters like Ruby's friend Luis and a couple of other characters. They're pretty cool. They do get character development too. And I forgot to mention that Max and Ruby's parents aren't shown in the episodes for some reason. There's some theories saying that their parents are on a very long summer vacation since they don't go to school throughout the entire show. Or there's some theories that they died in a car crash. Or some theories that whenever the episodes take place, it's either when the parents aren't home, like if they work all day, or they're at like the grocery store or just not there at the time. So those were some theories. But then later in the show is still going on to this day. The latest episode they made was like back in like 2020. And then they actually introduced the parents in the later seasons of the show, like the newer seasons. And then in Max and Ruby, they got a younger brother and a rather younger sister, also known as, or those were Max and Ruby's younger, and they were both twins, so that's pretty cool. And sometimes Max and Ruby's grandma would show up, but I like a lot of the episodes, and if you find this interesting, you should go check out Treehouse Direct's channel, or go on Noggin, or just go on YouTube, or if you have Paramount Plus, you could just go check out a couple of episodes. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye. See you next review. Bye. Bye. Okay, I got it. Okay, sorry, I'm supposed to end right here, but thank you for your time, and see you later. Bye.